Hi guys, welcome to another video. Bit of an update and also where we're going from here, what we're actually going to be doing. So a little bit of bad news. I've been diagnosed with osteoarthritis in one hip for definite, possibly in both hips. And I am on a list to see a trauma specialist because that's how the system works over here. But the list apparently is about 14 months. So we're just going to have to wait and see. We are not going to let that stop us. Chris's back is also playing up, which unfortunately it does in the winter when he gets cold into it. And I'm sure you've seen videos before. That is because of years of abuse, motorbike accidents and other things. Just is what it is.
Yeah, the job I used to do before we moved here as well. So anyway, so what are we on with?
So the next plan is we want to tackle this area here. We have steps on this side, which we're going to build up to come up to this level here, but we're going to keep the slope on the other side. However, there are various things that we need to do and do regularly, like you take wood down to the caves. Wheelbarrow needs to come up, and it's a struggle to get around this corner. There is also another project on the cards where we want to move our huge fish tank from our living room downstairs to up here, and this is going to be in the way as well. You can't turn it around this corner.
No.
So we are going to remove this at this point, much as this next bit up here is part of its stability. We're hoping that once we repair down here where it's in, we can keep this and down, just because we don't want somebody being on this side on the step and falling off onto the ramp. And also the ramp is quite steep. If you haven't got the right shoes on, it can be slippy.
So it's a handrail as well.
So it's a handrail as well.
That's it. If it's not very good at this point, I'm hoping it will be, we'll take it to that point there, which will give it less stability. So I'm hoping that with this angle, that's going to help.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get on with cutting this, but not today, because it's a busy day today for other things. You're helping somebody locally to get some
paperwork,
things done.
Stuff done at town hall.
That's it.
Dovah's got to go to the vets for regular vaccinations.
Yes.
I've got teaching lessons later on.
Yes.
It's just like one of those days.
Yeah, it is one of those days. So tomorrow for us, and now for you, we're going to be cutting this off.
Yes.
And breaking that, but pulling it out. Yes, it's going to cause some damage to that wall there, but that's all right. That's easily repaired. Then we'll get working out where we're going to put the step here. All this damage here originally looked like that, but the dog's digging and the dog's running underneath, which is, I think, where Loki really damaged himself, had just been worn away. And when we get a lot of rain, the water just runs down here anyway, and it obviously washes it away. I would like the step to be about here, but I think then that's going to bang, it's going to cause a problem for banging into your hip, somebody walking up, if they don't actually see it very well. We don't want to remove this. This is an original thing for us, not necessarily original for the property, but original for us.
Yep.
So I want to keep that. So, but there's going to have to be another step anyway, so we're going to try and do it. Right, so that's our next project.
And for those that don't know what these are about, if you look down here, this is an original clothes washing sink. So you would rub the clothes on there, the water is in here, it actually has a drain at that point, then drains into the land. You see these quite a lot of people have got them. I've never seen before one of these. And this is actually a marble draining board. So if you see, it's recessed here all the way around, and it's got a drain hole in the middle. So it's actually a draining board. These I've never seen before. These are quite, you see a lot of people got these in their garden. But I love this, and we've obviously got to keep it this.
Yes, for definite. The more modern versions of these have lines going across.
Yeah.
You can't see it, doesn't come out on camera, but that's dipped from where it's been constantly used, and it looks like sandstone. But yeah, anyway, so we want to keep this, and it does jut out a long way, and it's much too heavy to move it that way. So we're going to have to work around it. And while we're out in the sun, we're going to start doing the occasional video on us preparing some food and things like that. But they won't be now included in our normal videos as a rule. Occasionally there will be, but we're going to start doing a couple ones as standalone. So we've got Scotch eggs coming up, and Lillian bought some belly pork, and we're going to do a bit of video about what we did with that belly pork. So they'll just be dropped in at random every so often.
So as an example, we'll do stuff that we do, sausage rolls. I think you mentioned Scotch eggs. We did pork pies recently. I'll do some sweet stuff, brownies. I've got a fantastic brownie recipe that cannot go wrong. My granny's spice cake. That's as in a sponge cake. Things like that.
I can't find my normal protective glasses, so I've got these sunglasses and I can still see all right. I'm going to cut the bottom bit first, because I think if I cut the top, it'll sway about too much.
Okay, yes.
So I'll do the bottom one first, and then I may have to think about marking this top and cutting a little bit away, and then the sides off, and leave a flap just to put over that hole.
Oh, I see, to fold it over.
To fold it over, but I'm not sure. I think that's what I'm going to do. Right, I'll get this one cut first.
Yes.
And then do this.
It'd be very interesting to know how much background noise is being picked up. There's an aeroplane just gone by that's loud.
Yes.
There's dogs at the gate there crying because they want out.
Yes.
A motorbike just went by.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was going to put gloves on, but then the way this works, and that, like, I wouldn't have enough grip because I only have welder's gloves.
Yeah.
For when we use the fire. I'll go around the other side now. I'm hoping that's solid, but from where I'm stood it looks like it might be hollow, as if that was done in two pieces as opposed to this one.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, we'll find out in a minute.
We will. It's solid? It's
Yes.
solid. Brilliant.
Okay. So I need to work out how much of that, so I'll get a pencil quick
Yes.
and draw a line. Got my line. I've gone a little bit bigger, or quite a lot actually bigger, than what we need on purpose, because we don't have a welder. So what I shall do is I shall put a screw in there, down here, if I've worked it right, self-tapping screw, and that'll hold it flat.
Yep.
I need to just do the other side, but what I actually need Lillian to do now is hold the bar to stop from wobbling about so much. So we'll get the rest of this cut off and see
Yes.
where we go from there. That's all off. And this is no less stable than it was.
That's awesome.
It still moves there, obviously that needs fixing.
Yeah.
And there and all over. But yeah, it's no less stable than it was. I still need to do some more cuts for there so I can make it bend over, but I want this out of the way first. And as you can see, it's actually quite loose there,
Yeah.
and it's
Oh, well, it's coming out the wall now.
yeah, this is where we'd done monocapping anyway.
Yes.
I expected it to break. There you go. Yeah, that's where I was doing the monocap on this bit. And this is our first ever attempt at monocapping as well.
Yes.
So I'll get some more of that. Yeah, it's been cemented in place, so we'll break that out. I don't know if it's splayed that way and that way, or if it's got a bar across it. I don't know.
Okay. I'm just going to ask the question, are you going to cut it so you only have to deal with a small bit rather than it all still attached?
I'm hoping to get this out,
Okay.
and then that'll break there.
Yeah.
As you can see, look, Yeah, they just splayed the ends over a little bit.
Okay, I'm coming in to have a look.
It's hardly in the wall at all.
Yeah.
So we've just got a repair to do there. That's not a difficult job.
Oh,
There you go. It wasn't really in the wall at all. So that can be repaired.
yep, easy. That's the opposite splay that you want to do down on the other side, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of.
Over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
See how it's in the ground. Oop. Oh.
Okay.
That wasn't an awesome weld. Not that I know anything about welding. I'm trying not to break all this too much.
Yeah.
Oh, and that was only a tack as well. I think we might know a guy who might have a use for this.
Yes, we do.
Right, mind your head just in case
Yes.
he decides to come over to you. Oh. What I didn't want to do was break that up,
Yes.
but watch.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, so. And just sort of like not have it break just yet. Because the dogs will just dig.
Yes. If I stand on this side?
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
Sit. Thank you. And the same again with this piece. Look.
Yep.
Just a little splay. This has all got to be repaired, as we've said. But I'd rather it
Stayed complete at the moment.
stayed for it complete because we've got some nights where it's freezing, so I can't put any cementing down or anything.
Yep.
Just to fix it, because it'll just break.
Oh gosh, it's huge now without that. That's really weird, isn't it?
Yeah. So I need to cut this off.
Yeah, do you think it's tacked like the other one? Do you think if I stand on this side, you could probably break it off?
No, it looks like it's welded all around. Let's
Okay.
try it.
Well, hold on.
And then let's do it so it's flat. No, it's welded properly.
Oh, okay.
I'll just put it over there and grind it off.
It's actually ridiculous how 3 little bits of metal just make it more closed. You open that up. It's actually, you haven't removed a wall or anything. It's just visual. Amazing.
Yes,
Looks great.
it does. It looks a lot better. Right, so I've ground this off. I'm just going to hammer that down. Ideally, it wants to be welded, but we haven't got a welder. I just want to get this done.
Yep.
So even if we had a welder, it still needs bending down anyway. Well, that's neat enough as it is. I'll take a grinder and just get rid of that sharp edge.
Yep.
And then I think that'll do as a temporary. I
It
didn't
will.
quite do it long enough as I
Okay.
expected. I could have done with it being a bit further down. It's not going anywhere.
No. Okay, this is the L piece, which obviously is a pain to store. So Chris is just going to cut it off here. I'm going to hold on to this to make sure it doesn't move. And more grinding required. That, as they say, is that.
Yep.
We will offer them to Andy, see if they're any good to him. He might want them for stock for some use.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if-
It'd be cheaper for him if he can work it out. I mean, he'll have to take all his paint off, but it might save him a few coins. And if not, Jose Luis, the guy in town who takes all the metal, he can have it and he can make a few coins. So either way, it's a win-win.
Yep.
One of the next jobs we've got to look at is getting rid of that bay because it's dead. Don't know why.
Yeah, so that
Don't know why
was
at all.
a bay tree when we moved here. It kept growing. It did have puppies chewing it at various points, but it survived all of that. And the trunks were really good, and I had lots of bay leaves. And then just this last winter, it just died. Don't know why. Don't know what poisoned it, stopped it from continuing to grow.
Yeah, and we know bay's an evergreen, and it is dead. Oh no, it's still a bit pliable, so maybe it's going through a dormant stage. We'll leave it, see what happens until after spring, and then if it hasn't done anything, then it can go.
Okay.
I noticed our neighbours, their tree has got almond flowers on. That's awesome.
I know. I went out a couple of days ago to help some people in town, and we just went out this side of town, and we're still in town, but there's some of the trees that you could see in the fields beyond, they've started to come into flower as well.
And I've just looked over, and our really old tree over there, that's got flowers on it as well.
Okay,
Well, let's have a quick look at this one. Have a quick look. But we also want to get some citrus trees, a lemon, an orange. Ooh, a lime would be nice too.
Yes.
So we'll look into that, but I'm not sure.
So this tree actually looks dead. There's nothing happening on this.
Yeah, there is.
Is there?
Just here. Just starting.
Oh yes. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, we didn't prune this tree this year, we should have done. But there you go.
If we look over here, this field over here is ours, and that's got some flowers on the top of the oldest almond tree. It's a really, really old tree. It's beautiful. And at the far end of the field, darling, there's one almond tree at the far end on the left.
Yes, that's not ours though.
No, but that one's in flower.
Yeah. Oh, spring's coming.
You can see my dogs are desperate to get out.
Yes.
I don't know why, but desperate. They're crying in there and everything.
Right, I'll just get rid of this metal.
Okay. So we've ended up with this. I think we're going to have somebody digging it, and they're going to make us very cross because they shouldn't, but they're going to because it's exciting. We've been left with that, which is not a problem. It's not a water ingress problem. I'm not going to buy a bag of product just for doing that little patch, and then potentially the rest of the bag going off. And this is obviously part of when we change all the floor here. But I'm thrilled with the look without that rail being there. I think it looks fantastic. If I let the dogs out, they're just going to go scooting straight around there because they are 100% sure that there's a circus there, and there's food, and there's things to chase, there's rabbits and mice and all sorts of things to chase. The minute I open this gate,
Yes.
it's so exciting. They need to be there.
Yes, they do. They are sometimes a pain in the bum, but they want to be with us, so
Yeah.
that's great. But sometimes they can't because it's too dangerous. And the dogs don't get danger
They don't
the same
get
way
danger.
as people do.
No.
So it's our responsibility to keep them safe. Wow, what a difference. I can't believe it.
I know.
That was
I
brilliant.
also can't believe this. Freya has grown. She's bigger than Loki. Visually now.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm done with this machine now, aren't I?
Yes.
I've got nothing else to do with this machine. I can wrap it all up.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I was just about to say on a side note, that young man went yesterday to the vets for inoculations. He had his leishmaniasis.
Yeah.
I've probably said it wrong, but he had his leish vaccination, and he is 53 kilos and very, very healthy. They're happy with him.
Yes.
So this one has come back from the vets this morning. It's a legal requirement, and I get a notification from the powers that be that she has to have rabies every year. So she's been for a rabies jab, and she was also weighed, and believe it or not, this little lump, come here, weighs nearly as much as this big lump. She weighs 50 kilos and he weighs 53. And Loki is, I can't remember now, 40, 42, 38, 42. It varies every year. So he's the little one. So she had her rabies vaccination, and she is also suffering from a phantom pregnancy. Never had a dog with that before. So they've had a good look at her, and they've said leave it 2 weeks, see if the hormones calm down and it all goes away, and if not, take her back and she will have an injection of hormone to stop it. And then 2 weeks after it's all over, she can be spayed. Now I asked for a price for the spaying, and the spaying for her will be €200 all in. bearing in mind that's for a 50-kilo dog, I don't think that's a bad price. Chris's daughter has got a dog and some cats back in the UK, and she says that the prices for veterinary care is absolutely astronomical over there. And I think it's a shame because it's not necessary. The vets here are making money at the end of the day, and so why the prices in the UK such as they are. The concern always is do the animals come second? When people are short of money, do they end up abandoning dogs, not feeding them, things like that? I think it's a shame. So, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm sorry not a lot's happened in it. We did explain why. Hopefully in the next video we'll have achieved a bit more. I'm going to set out to do more this next week. If you have enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up, comments below. See you on the next one. Bye for now.